up, y'all? I am your girl Candy, and with there being so much conversation about body work, who's gotten what and he didn't get what done, I figured it's time for me to speak on it. So, I'm trying something different this time. I decided to do a series about body work, plastic surgery, and all of that, and then some. So I wanted to go into depth about basically, I always look at it like this. There are so many celebrities out there who tweak and fix, and they never claim it, or if they do, they never share who did the work unless the person did it for free and they doing it for a post or something like that. And I just feel like, let's be real with the people. Let's talk to the people who are out there being fans of us and fans of all these celebrities. Let them know the real. Like, it may be somebody out there that may see, I don't want to name names, but may see some celebrity and be like, ooh, I think their body's so dope, not knowing that they can have that body too. So I just feel like, share your sources. Let's talk about it. Let's see how we can make things easier for people out there who really want to get those type of results. And when I say that, I mean, it could be anything from physical body work to facial stuff to gastric sleeve. And the reason why I started thinking about this is because I guess it's been close to 6 weeks now. It's been 5.5 weeks. I decided to get my breasts reduced, right? And for me, it was a whole thing of trying to figure out who I was gonna go to reduce my breasts. Was I gonna go out of town and do it? Was I gonna stay in Atlanta and do it? Was I gonna go to a doctor that was close to Atlanta and do it? Trying to find the time to do it. All of those things. And so while I was doing my research, I was just like, so many people are doing work. So many people are doing things, but nobody ever wants to talk about it. So I'm gonna talk about it. Can you tell? Can you tell they're smaller? Let's not let all the other, diets and stuff that I've done confuse you into thinking that that's what made my boobs get reduced, because it is not, honey. Yeah, the weight loss, I did have some weight loss. I have tried some juice cleanse recently. Yes, I did lose a couple pounds of that. I have been trying to change the way I eat. I've been trying intermittent fasting. I've been trying everything to lose weight, but that has nothing to do with why my boobs is smaller. Okay, I went to a doctor and he cut a chunk off of each one of them. Okay, I'm just gonna keep it 100 with you. I didn't want to just talk about my experience of what I did with my breast reduction. I wanted to talk about all types of things that people do in order to lose weight. I've learned a lot in doing this series that, sometimes it's a mental thing for people about losing weight. Esther, we've known each other for how long?
About 10 years.
10 years? It's been a long time. The therapist was you basically working on your mental. And that's what you said that you felt like you needed to help you get in where you needed to be mentally to lose the weight. So my question to you as a friend, how do we support without making you feel hurt? You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's just, somebody just being obsessed with their looks, and that's why they want to go and get a little nip tuck. There's so many different reasons why people choose to do plastic surgery or to change their bodies. I have my friend and hairstylist, So Jody, to the left of me. What was the biggest that you've ever been?
350 pounds.
And how tall are you?
5'4".
5'4", 350 pounds. As for myself, I think I've tried a couple different things as far as physically changing my body. I have done lipo before, gotten boobs. I've got a boob reduction. I got another boob reduction. I've done a tummy tuck. And as far as facial things, I don't do anything to my face really, but I have tried Botox, which is still relevant to this conversation. And that's it. Oh, no. Years ago, when I did lipo the very first time, I did, and this was prior to getting boob implants. I let them take the fat that he got from the lipo and put some of it in my boob. So with that being said, I'm gonna explore everything and talk about my good experiences and my bad experiences with you. Oh Lord, she done got the camera out.
It's the raw and uncut version. This is how you really be looking. This is before, and then this is after.
No, but they said to not put on any makeup and lashes and stuff.
Okay.
Well, damn. Oh my gosh. Oh, well.
Okay. What is up with them pants? Like, put them up.
All right, everybody. So, for years I've been saying that I was going to do a breast reduction. I feel like these things are getting too big, okay? So, I wanted to do it a while ago, but I finally got the opportunity to have a little time off, not a lot. So, I went ahead and scheduled it. I just said, forget it. I'm going and getting these bad boys brought down. And I called Dr. Chad Deal, who you probably saw him on the Real Housewives of Atlanta having like a FaceTime with Kenya because he also did her breast reduction. I can say that because she talked about it on the show. He was my doctor first, let's be clear. When Ace was 1 year old, I did a tummy tuck. I decided to go and get this thing flattened on out. And Dr. Deal is the one who did the tummy tuck. So I'm going back to him to reduce these bad boys. I mean, I feel comfortable with him. I seen his work on Kenya. He did a great job. Her boobies look awesome. So I figured, why not come back here to Chattanooga, which is only a 2-hour drive. Not even quite 2-hour drive, but from Atlanta. So it's just easy to come up here and go to him. And the reason why I initially picked him in the first place, because I had seen his work on someone else, and he did an amazing job on them as well. So I, just was like, okay, if I'm gonna do this, then I'm going to somebody that I've actually been able to see their work face to face. So yeah, y'all pray for me, child. Just pray everything go right. And then they look amazing. I want them to be small and perky. I want to be able to wear some strapless, backless dresses for the summertime where I don't need no bra, and them bad boys still sit up and they don't be looking like all raunchy. Because sometimes when you got big boobies and you try to wear it with no bra, it be looking like, okay girl, who you trying to catch? Like, it be some straight, like looking a little bit doing the most, let's just say.
Are these triangle bikini top boobs?
What is a triangle bikini?
We had a triangle, just
You can wear a triangle.
Oh well, you know what? I
size are
don't
you
know.
getting?
He gonna reduce these nipples too, cause right now I got my nipples.
Okay, that's too much, bro. Your areola is
My
big.
areola look like that, girl.
So he gonna make it small.
Okay, so here's the thing. I have had a reduction lift before, but I didn't feel like they reduced enough, and then my nipples were still too like this.
Yes, 6 hours. Yeah. She said it should be an hour of prep with all of this they're gonna do. Then he'll swoop in, and he's not here yet. The doctor's not here yet, so they let them set you up, and then it'll be 4 hours of surgery, and then an hour recovery.
You do what you want. This is me just asking your medical history, so it's not too exciting. But
Okay.
Hello, hello.
Hi.
How are you? Nice to see you again.
How you doing?
Good. How have you been?
I've been great.
Yeah, good. So what's Dr. Deal doing for you this time?
a breast reduction lift,
Uh-huh.
a scar revision.
Okay. That's what we got you down for.
The works.
Or the deluxe.
Give me the works.
Or the deluxe.
The
package.
I want the deluxe.
Deluxe with cheese, right? And a
Right.
Diet Coke.
Because at first I was like, oh, I just want a breast reduction. Then I was like, well, you might as well fix this little scar while you're there. Hey, you know, my navel.
Right.
You feel like-
It's funny because so many women are like that. They're like, well, I'm asleep. Can you just go ahead and do this and do that? And, I mean, before you know it, they start adding on stuff because, like, well, since I'm going to be asleep
You gonna
already,
be asleep. You
might as well just do this and touch that up and inject my lips. And, okay, we'll do everything.
He
Is
said
there-
inject my lips.
Is there a
They do
limit?
because it hurts so much that they're like, Dr. Dill, while I'm asleep, can you just inject my lips? And okay, we'll do, and, or do your Botox. They don't want to feel the stinging, so he'll mark you beforehand, and then while you're asleep, and then when you wake up, you're Botox and you got.
Oh yeah, you gonna heal like
Yeah.
to a whole new
Yeah.
woman.
So 6 weeks later, they're like, boom. I mean, they're ready to go. Yeah. No, our limit is the state of Tennessee has an hourly limit, so they said no more for 4 hours. So as much as we can do in 4 hours, we try to squeeze in, but you know, other than that, we can't go above the 4 hour mark.
What
We have
is
trouble with the
Georgia?
state. Georgia, I think, pushes it a little bit more, and I think theirs is a 5 hour limit.
Oh, 5 hours.
Yeah. But with outpatient surgery, I mean, because you're under anesthesia that long, so you know you have an increase for infections. You've got an increase now of blood clots and stuff like that. So the longer you prolong the case, the more probability of complications. So since it's an outpatient surgery, they don't want to do you know all that stuff. Give you plenty of pain medicine, nausea medicine, keep you comfortable the whole time. Okay. Any questions for me?
I mean, you get everybody through it, right?
We'll get you through it. That's
You never
right.
lost anybody.
No.
Oh my God. She's like, I'm gonna wake up, right?
You'll wake up.
Just want to make sure.
How tall are you?
3.
And how much do you weigh approximately?
159 apparently to y'all, according to your scale over here.
Oh, jeez.
Well, thanks a lot.
What were you before?
Well, I can sell
They
5
can
pounds
shift.
on me. I'll be like, God.
Yeah.
But I figured since I was getting this done and I have to go on the diet after. My main concern is because I've already had one reduction and I felt like he didn't really reduce me. I want to make sure he actually.
You wanna be little.
I don't want to be. I want to be like a C cup that's perky, you know. I just don't want it to be like I feel like I'm still
Too
Lifted.
big. Okay.
And he
Well, you
didn't
can
look
tell Dr. Deal that. Mark you up and we'll go from there. All right, dear. Any other questions?
But you always
Here
was
he
smaller.
is.
Hey.
Yeah.
What's up, everybody?
Yep, that's it.
Oh, okay, Kirby.
Boom, there. Well, good morning.
We working
Good
out.
morning.
Calm down.
That's Carmen. This is Jamie with the camera.
All right. Well, hello, everybody.
You got a little bigger since the last time I seen you.
You know, we plug in.
I know,
You
right?
Wait, huh?
I mean, I'm just trying.
It's working.
Candy birds.
Yeah. I'm
Did you spell it like my?
All right, all right. A few little things we'll go over again. Just because a little list. I took a picture of it. I got it with me. So we're in the room, Mark, and I'll go through the list with you. Nothing really that big. So I have nothing to really worry about. This is all pretty standard stuff.
Okay, I wanted to show you something.
Sure.
She got boobs
So-
she wanna look like.
Well,
Sure, no worries.
Because I know you told me if they haven't been reduced before, don't even talk to you about them.
Well, you know, I can take a look. The thing is some people take the look of when someone just gets an implant, right? Particularly take a young girl who hadn't had kids. When you put it implanted, it has that wow skin tight look to it. You can't get that wow skin tight look on a breast lift.
Yeah.
If you made the breast that tight and closed the wounds would widen, the scars would look bad. So typically I try to find when people say they're doing any breast reduction or breast lifting, I say try to find other examples of your favorite breast lift.
Yeah.
And what you do find is people come in and show you their favorite just breast implant
Right.
on an 18-year-old girl.
And you not gonna
And it's like, whoa, okay,
got
that's
40-year-old skin.
well, no, it's
And you wanna
you
look
can
like-
you can get gorgeous results with breast lifting. Absolutely, and we're gonna get that for you. But I just mean that tight skin fold look, right? That's the part that you can't really mimic.
Okay, so my friend, she got
That's
hers
very nice.
lifted, and they took that much skin off her.
Mhm.
So, I mean, she now her body, it looks cute.
Yeah.
But
And that's the right way to do it. Say they took the skin and the fat mammary tissue with it.
Yeah.
You really want to remove a sizable wedge from the bottom part of the breast. Okay? And what that does is it'll increase the longevity of the lift. Okay? And it's very counterintuitive for women who really even want to have a breast reduction when you even talk about implants. We always think of implants as, oh, this is one of these things, it's all augmentation, this is this. It's actually not. The implants are actually structurally supportive, even if a woman's trying to decrease size. Because what it does is, even when you turn 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, muscle never sags. It doesn't. Our skin, breast tissue, fat, everything, the soft tissues sag. So what you can do is remove, particularly a large breast that's now stretched, everything, that big wedge at the bottom, and then support it by putting an implant under the muscle, which provides a foundation, keeping everything lifted. Right. And then you have a result that will last exceedingly longer when you're going underneath the muscle. So even in a reduction, it sounds so counterintuitive for women who say, I want a natural look, or women who say, I want to be reduced, and you start talking about implants. It's not just because the implant is, volume, we're trying to do something fake. No, it provides support at the base using the muscle.
Gotcha.
Right? Even if someone wants to be smaller, totally counterintuitive, adding the volume of the implant and then just taking a little bit more of that bottom, like what you saw those wedges removed, gets you to have that result.
So, yeah, I got too much tissue here. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
we'll do that, and we'll be nice and perky, and then there's a few of the little tricks we're going to do to make sure you have the best scarring in the end.
Okay, I do have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, as a black woman,
Mm-hmm.
I scar, meaning like I get the thicker, what do you call it?
Keloids or hypertrophic. Yeah.
Hypertrophic scar or whatever.
Yep.
So I was like, could you put some of that
The kennel
steroid
hog.
in it?
Well, if someone is a true keloid former, there's a difference between hypertrophic and keloid. Hypertrophic is a scar that just kind of gets really too thick. It stays put, but it gets too thick. A keloid former is someone that forms a scar that grows beyond the border. So the wound is here and it literally is mushrooming out beyond the border. People that form keloids and they're really aggressive, it's not a bad idea to inject them. But one of the downsides of injecting steroids is it can cause a wound to be too weak, and the scar then widens. It can change the pigmentation of that where you injected it versus the surrounding skin. It's not just done casually. It's done with a lot of thought, right, going into it. If you do too much, you basically get now it's a soft, flat scar that widened.
In my experience, like, okay, say for instance, when I did a myomectomy years ago, she put a little bit of the steroid in the scar and it healed real, like, slim. When I've had it done where we had, did the tummy tuck or whatever, it's like the scar gets thick and then I go to the dermatologist after, they try to put and that's when it gets, like, wide and flat and thin to me.
Well, yeah, so I can explain all those situations. What caused the myomectomy scar to be pretty was not the steroid. And what caused the tummy tuck scar to be thick was not that you didn't do it. It has 100% to do with skin tension. So people get C-sections and they look beautiful and thin, right? They get a tummy tuck and it looks super thick and wide, right? One reason and one reason only. Nothing to do with steroids. Wound tension. You take a baby's all in there, or let's say you have little scars like that, and then you do a little scar here and then the baby comes out. Now the skin is like loose. You could have no skill at all, take a stapler off the shelf, you go chunk, 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 remove the staple in about 10 days so it doesn't leave track marks, and the wound looks beautiful. And it's thin and amazing.
I know some people that don't.
Right? Well, if you end up with a more traumatic C-section with got retractors on the skin and it's pulling and there's a lot of inflammation, wound tension and inflammation are these things that really make the scars heal bad. I mean, you could have somebody who's a diabetic and a smoker, but there was no wound tension and no inflammation, and the wound healed great. So normally we think about all these bad things, diabetes, smoke, it's wound tension. There's the same other reason. Skin on the neck, very loose, right? Okay, you can just move it around. You take a mole off your neck, beautiful scar. Do a procedure called a thyroidectomy, beautiful scar. Just go 6 inches down this way and remove a scar off your shoulder. Huge scar. Take the same mole off your shoulder, huge. Now why? Because it's tight. Our shoulders, our skin is very tight. Our upper back, our skin. So they go remove a mole from your upper back. A tiny little mole like this leaves a big old scar like this. So it's not the steroid. It's that when they did the myomectomy, they weren't doing this. So the key to getting a good tummy tuck scar is to pull people super tight because you want them to have a flat abdomen, but then come back and cut the old scar out, and then it will heal gorgeous. It's not, see, when you come back and cut it out, everything is soft now. It's not under tension.
Oh, so
and
you
it
gotta
heals.
come back.
It heals beautiful. Almost every single, I'd probably say 80%, 90% of my tummy tuck patients, and I come back and I even tell them at the first consult, if you want the best scar and a flat abdomen, just plan on a second stage quick scar revision. And the scar revision by itself is a 1-day recovery. It's simple, right? And that's really the key, because the first, any surgery I do to you ever see scars on arms and legs and they get really wide? Because it's tight. Shoulders, tight. Upper back, tight. C-section, as loose as it gets. Myomectomy, same thing. Neck, loose. It all has to do with wound tension.
So
So,
you got it.
right?
So let me say this.
You're getting it done again.
Yeah, so, guys, I mean, like I said before, y'all got to see a little bit of Dr. Deal on Real Housewives having the consultation with Kenya, but I actually came to him first. I was super happy with my tummy tuck. Everything was amazing, but because I work so much, I didn't come back for the scar revision when he wanted me to. So I did have a dermatologist to do scar treatments, which it got better, but I'm glad now that I'm here to get my breast reduction. He's gonna give me a scar revision too.
Yeah. And when you'll be blown away. When you see the scar, you're gonna go, oh my gosh, this looks amazing. And I won't inject any steroids, and you're gonna go, wow.
No. No, I don't know, because I'm very, very scared about the scar. Because
You'll be blown away.
Well,
Watch.
he's on camera.
You watch. Look,
We got it on tape.
I got it on tape. Watch.
Now he's
Okay,
standing by
can I
it.
ask you one more question? And mind you, anything that you want us to take out, we will take out.
That's fine.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you this question.
Go for it.
Clearly I'm black. And so my question
Yeah,
is,
clearly.
because I had to ask this question. Do you find that, because for me, when I was looking for somebody in the beginning to do my tummy tuck, I was like, you don't have as many black patients on your page.
Well, there's a reason for that.
Okay.
I don't know why. I don't know if it's just more of a cultural decision, but as far as getting people to volunteer their photos, I have
A lot
less.
of us don't want to do
I have less. Yeah, I'm not sure why.
Okay.
But I just have less patients who are willing to volunteer to be on the photo. I'd probably say if I looked at the total percentage of population that is African American versus my patients, it's probably the exact same. And just when it comes down to asking, hey, if you don't mind, it's always the thing.
Right.
I'm always nervous too, even asking people if they will volunteer to be on there, because I feel like they're going to tell me yes because they don't want to upset me and think I'm going to treat them differently. So I gently approach it, and you kind of pick up these cues that people are not, like, okay, now back away.
Well, I agree, because I didn't really want my pictures on the website
It's
either.
okay.
But I will take pictures and give them to you that you can use.
Yeah.
Because we're doing this video, so everybody's going to know that you can anyway.
It's okay.
But I will say that the reason why I picked Dr. Deal is because I actually met a friend, I'm not going to say who it is, some years ago, and her body looked amazing. But she had an older child, and I was looking at her, and I was like, did she do anything? And so I asked her one day, and I guess a lot of people had no idea that she had a tummy tuck before, because she always wore crop tops, like her body was everything, and even everything was right. But I was like, I think she might have done something. So anyway, she told me, she didn't want me to tell anybody, so I kept it to myself. But when it was that time for me to make the decision to get a tummy tuck, I reached out to him and had to get him to do mine. She was black, to be clear, and obviously you've seen Kenya. She did her work. I mean, she talked about it on the show, so it's okay for me to say it. And she let me see them, okay? They're amazing. Her boobies are amazing. So when I decided to get the reduction, I went back and forth, like, do I go back to Dr. Deal? And I was like, yes, I go back to Dr. Deal. So you'll see.
Well, we'll take very good care of you. It's been very humbling treating. There's a lot of celebrities over the last 10 years or so. And it's usually always word of mouth because anyone that's in, you know, the limelight, they don't want to discuss those sorts of things. It's very personal. So I have all the list of celebrities that I've treated. It's been just like that, kind of word of
But
mouth.
I always find it kind of interesting because with you being in Chattanooga, I'm like, how did she find you? The person that told me about you. So I was just like, it's
Homework.
Yeah, people do their homework or whatever, so it's pretty, you know, cool. It's really a short drive from Atlanta. I don't know where whoever you're watching, it's easy to get here, but yeah.
Well, I really appreciate it. It was easier to do something very special like this. This is one of the largest cosmetic surgery buildings actually in the United States. In fact, the accrediting organizations that accredit centers of excellence, we actually were the first center of excellence in plastic surgery and body contouring in the entire United States. And we're here in Chattanooga. And people would expect that. They would expect to go to New York, Chicago, LA, Vegas. We're quietly strong. And she did her research. I know you're talking about. She did her research, and I was very happy to take care of her. And it's kind of been, you know, a little quiet under the wraps since then. But you'll see, we'll take good care of you. All the things we're going to do for you today are all going to be beautiful little refinements on some things. Like you're going to absolutely love the scar you'll see on the tummy. And the same thing will go for the breast. Now, the breasts are going to have a little bit of tension to them. Not as bad as a tummy tuck. So it may heal beautiful, all the scars, one setting done, or it may be that parts of the scar that were a little wider got a little thicker, in which case you come in, we quickly revise those and done.
Oh, you revise those too?
If much less often than tummy tucks, because it all has to do with the amount of tension. And the tummy tuck, of course, is tight. But the breasts reducing and lifting can sometimes be tight to get the roundness of the breast that you want. Okay, so if that comes up, it's simple. You have the great cleavage, you have the bust, they look great, you're happy, but a few areas of the scar could be a little thick. No problem. Come back, boom, boom. 1 day recovery. It's simple. Scar vision surgery is so easy. You can do a nice little IV sedation, easy to do, easy to recover, get right back to life. You can go out and have a nice dinner with friends the next night. It's not a big deal. You just need to dedicate and understand that's one of the best things. Now, this is a completely different scenario than people that truly have the genetic condition of keloiding.
Right.
That is a condition where I will potentially inject at the time of and do some of the things because it's a genetic issue. I don't think you're a keloid former. I just think that you have a lot of wound tension. And yes, the darker someone's skin type, the more likely they are to form hypertrophic or even have the genetics for keloiding. One of the best ways to know, very simply, who's a really bad candidate, look at their earlobe.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because if you got...
That's the first place you see it. When
Uh-huh.
you're young.
If someone cannot have a nice, soft little ear hole ring versus a big, thick knot right there. So you can look and go, you're fine.
Yeah.
All right, let's get you over and get some marks done, and then we'll discuss everything again, even if there's a few things left to fill out, and then make sure we're on the same page as far as the plan, okay?
Okay, thank you
I've
so
got my
much.
cheat sheet with me. I took a picture off my chart.
Oh.
C cup. I don't know if you.
Oh, yeah.
I want to be like small and
Yeah.
perky.
Yeah.
Small and burgy.
I don't want to be like a baby, like which you know.
Yeah, and you know, cup sizes can be somewhat arbitrary. You go from one store to the next, right? You buy just to Walmart and buy a bra. You go to Victoria's Secret, and Victoria's Secret is the extreme example because one of their secrets is you're about always 1.5 cups larger Victoria's Secret than you are at other stores.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right? That's one of their ways to giving women confidence, and you go and like, oh, Victoria's Secret. So you have to be careful
When
discussing
you
cup
say
sizes,
yeah.
right?
So
But I know what you want.
How you know?
Because I've been doing this for longer than you think.
She wants a
And
mouthful.
when someone gives me a reference,
Just a
for instance, they
mouthful.
say, I'm already a double D and I want to be a C. That gives me an idea of the change that
Yeah,
you
like I
want.
want to be able to wear a top like that. with
That's
no
a
bra.
dress.
Let me see what
Yeah.
the top is.
Let's say that we were a little bit smaller or a little bit bigger. If we're too big, you got to go back and have another whole
Yeah.
breast lift
Yeah.
reduction. If you're a little too small,
Just eat a little bit.
no, just put in a bigger implant. You just
eat
no,
some.
you just put in a bigger implant.
Just wait.
See,
you gonna
if
gain
you
weight.
end up with breasts that are too big for somebody, then now you got to go through an entire another breast lift. If you end up with breasts that are a little too small, you very simply, it takes 10 minutes.
Slip in, slip out. Okay.
Nothing. So you want to hit your goal,
Go a little
but
bit
you
smaller.
want to err a little bit on a little bit smaller so it heals higher, perkier. And if you want to be a little bigger, you can flip them out, no problem.
Oh, okay.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
So my question is, your breast will gain weight though, right? Over
And
time.
everyone's a little different,
Okay.
right? That's a moving target, right? Is is it related to someone's cycle? Is it just kind of within the month? Is it weight gain or not? Do people when they gain weight, some women will gain it in the breast, some women don't. You can't really use that. We have to go with what we see and then create, and then because you never really know how people are going to react. We don't really anticipate that with the breast surgeries. Yeah, let's get you go ahead and get you marked up. Let's do that part.
There you go.
And you know where it is, right?
Yes, bonnet.
So, child, you taking me? Dr. Dill out here changing lives, honey. He said I was aging backwards.
Not backwards.
Because the first time I met him, it was 2017. Ace was 1 year old, so it was right after his 1 year birthday. That's when I came to get my tummy tucked. And going back to see, I had some burn marks on my stomach from something that happened a long time ago. This is a whole other story I tell you. I had like a burn on my stomach. He pulled that skin so far down and off that you don't see it as much as you used to see it before. So that was a big deal to me. Yeah. So yeah, man. I'm
You
getting
excited?
it. What? What?
Not we.
Go to be fine as wine.
Not wine. That old saying. Be fine as wine.
She don't even drink wine.
No. Like, how old are you? No, you're not aging backwards. You're right on time. Fine as wine. That's saying
Don't tell nobody that.
I'll be fine as wine. No, ma'am. Cut.
You FaceTime with Todd.
And then you count backwards. And you up.
Out.
I see it on her chest.
Oh, yeah.
She got this.
Yeah, he's drew me up
Oh, to get your...
to show everything he gonna do. He cut my whole scar out. So he said it's gonna be so thin now. We're like, yes, it's almost time.
Yep.
Best wishes.
Oh, thank you.
That is my daughter and my favorite show. We
Oh, really?
watched it, yeah. When I saw the reveal and it was you, I was like, holy shit.
You didn't know it was me?
It's kind of young, that fun.
He is.
You know, he's exhausted.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. Could you imagine him taking care of you like you're sitting there and it's like, oh, so cute.
I know.
The whole time. It's stupid. Alright, I'm gonna start. You have some margarita here, okay? A margarita, yes, ma'am. Get relaxed there. Alright, we'll lock you in here and get a little sleep.
She's still pretty groggy, not aware yet.
How do you have to wake them up or you just let them?
Let them kind of wake up on their own. Yeah. Sometimes we try to like rouse them a little bit, but
You look like she was sitting up.
yeah, but you can tell just by she's not aware. Her eyes open,
Oh,
but she's just scared. You can tell by looking at her eyes.
oh, I didn't see them.
Yeah, she might look right at you when you call her name, but she doesn't really. Candy.
Good morning, sunshine. Getting some sleep. You need some sleep.
So you lift your head up a little bit. Let's see. Pull your head up. There you go. Lay back now. Lay back on your pillow. There you go. Are you thirsty? thirsty? Are you hurting? Candy, are you in pain? Are you hurting, sweetie? Slightly. Do you feel like you need some pain medication? Not yet. Still a little bit out of it. We'll have something for you if you need it, okay? If it's just slight, let's just wait.
Are you thirsty? I don't have any water.
You want ginger ale? What? Surgery's done. All done. You want a little ginger ale? Sprite? Water? Water?
Your nipples are still, yeah? They cut them off. She said her nipples are still.
Oh, I bet. Let's see if they still have some good color to them. Real easy. Oh, yeah. Yeah? Okay. Good color. Starting to wake up. That means you're going to be hurting more. So we can stay ahead of your pain and get you back to the hotel where you can take your oral pain medicine and get started with that. So I'd rather you get to that point and not have to sit here and then we're going to lose that window of time when we can do that. Because you're going to be sore.
You made it. High five. Right there. Oh. Oh, you want to go right there? Okay.
Take care, okay? Have a good night. Get your Valium.
Okay.
Okay. Y'all have a good night.
Okay.
Call us if you need it.
Okay, I'm gonna get the Valium.
That's her water. You want to sit up? No?
Want me to sit up?
A little bit. Because you're giving me. It's
I need
hard to
to.
push back, huh? Ooh, you're going to be a old lady one day.
An old lady with Perkins. All right, guys. So, yesterday, we did our surgery with Dr. Deal. He reduced these bad boys, even though they're still there, but they're perky and they're smaller for sure. I didn't get a chance to see them yet because obviously when I left the surgery, by the time I woke up, they already had this garment and packaged and taped up, okay? So I didn't see anything yet. When I go back for my follow-up appointment today is when he's going to take this stuff off, take pictures of me, all that good stuff. So hopefully I'll get the chance to see what they looking like. Oh, job. Hold that. Oh, you look awesome.
You like them?
And I have the beautiful Tiarra Monet.
Hey y'all.
Sitting here with me. I feel like people who are in the public eye do all this stuff and then be at like, oh, I woke up like this. Like, I was born this way.
I just think like the stigma has definitely been, you're fake. You got work done, you're not real, but now it's more celebrated. So now it's like you can be open. 5 years ago, if you told someone you did anything, even an under eye injection, it's like, oh girl, you don't love yourself.
That is true. I remember the first time that I met Wendy Williams. She was doing radio and our group had went to her show or whatever. And I remember her first time meeting, she was like, is that your hair? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, oh, okay.
Oh, she didn't believe you.
Oh, okay.
I kind of had a similar experience
good.
with Miss Wendy.
Did
She
you?
has a hair thing. It's
Really?
a hair thing with her. Yeah.